So, welcome back to the Achieving Greatness podcast. And today we have got one of our lovely young people, Rebecca, with us.
Hi.
Today we are going to be discussing. So, Bex has been on a journey. Bex, how old are you, darling? Introduce yourself.
Hi guys, so I'm Rebecca, and with me I have loads of backgrounds of my emotions and all my succeeding things. And right now my positive thing to do is get good grades in high school and become successful in life and be a psychologist, of course.
Yeah.
And this is going to take me a hard time to do it, but I know I'll do it. I just got to get my head down.
And you're only 14 at the moment, aren't you?
Yeah, 14.
So she's 14 with all these aspirations that she will achieve. Honestly, the growth has just been, you're one of my proudest achievements. Not that, I will always walk this journey with you, but I'm just very proud of everything that you have achieved. So Bex has been a part of our West Gorton youth group, then she's gone on to do some social action bits and bats, then she's on our See Here programme, and that's helping her with school, and then on our I5, which helps her with her emotions and her mental well-being. And Bex isn't afraid to say that it's been a journey and a half within herself.
If you've got negativity in your life, you just have to turn that negative energy into good energy. Whereas when you see negativity, you space out from that and you just ignore the fact that they're being negative to you. And even if they're bringing you down, making you upset and everything, you just got to show a smile. And with you smiling, that learns your brain to think that you're happy. But if you just let your brain think you're down, then your brain will just naturally think that, and that will lead you to keep on thinking that.
That was really interesting.
Yeah, and when being successful is just I know you're not always going to be happy all the time, but it just gets easier if you just learn yourself that you are who you are.
What do you think about your friends? How important are your friends? What different impacts can they have on you?
If you think about it, I'm 14 right now, yeah. And I know for a fact the people around me are not always going to be around me, and not everything's about yourself. You have to care about others around you, even if they don't show it to you.
Yes.
And that's from me being treated badly from my own friends and etc. Obviously, I just didn't like the negativity, I don't now. So I just surround myself with positive things. So say if I'm in a bad mood or upset, I just do something I like or love. So hence why I was reading, playing basketball and stuff like that. But not everything you love makes you happy though. So that's what you got to learn, different new things. Because even if you don't do that,
not everything you love makes you happy. Do you know what word that is? Setting boundaries, Bex. Setting boundaries and understanding. Sometimes we might not be able to change the circumstances, so we might love something or someone that might not make us happy, but we can control mentally, one, how we react to it, and two, how we distance ourselves from it if we can.
Can I say one thing?
Go on, darling.
Basically, if you're in a friendship group or if you're just friends with someone that makes you upset but makes you happy, that is a good friendship, but it's not good for your mental health. So if whoever's watching this and that's happening to you, don't do that. Just don't stay in a friendship, go out of it. Because if you stay in that friendship and you know you're not happy but you're happy at the same time, you're just going to lead your mental health really bad.
Ooh.
And that's for me being a bad friendship group.
How do we think mental health can affect all young people at school and in education? What message would we give to teachers? So we're on about achieving greatness and we've got adults there that...
Well, I think the teachers have been supportive.
Okay.
Because even though they tell the students off for being naughty, they don't know the behind the scenes of why they're doing this.
Yes.
Because something can be going at home, something can go around and stuff like that. And some days kids don't have to go through things to wake up in a bad mood. And kids don't have to go to school and be said something for them to have mood. Some people just have their mood swing, some people have loads of stuff. And people just need to realise that just because they look different, just because they sound different, just because we do some things different, doesn't mean we actually are different. we're all different, but we all have the same blood and heart.
We all bleed the same blood and we've all got the same heart. And you know what, Bex, it's so important that, because I think there's a lot of issues going on in the world. And I also believe that, I love what you just said, some young people go to sleep and can wake up happy and they've not got no stresses. But for those young people who may have stresses at home and they're waking up in a bad mood, mental health is a broad spectrum. And I just think you saying to teachers, you know, maybe have a little bit more of an understanding, because
But I know why they're so like not agitated, but like always not having a go at us, but like telling us things. It's because it's not the fact that they don't care about how we feel, it's the fact that they want us to do good in life. But because how young we are, we don't understand that, as us being young and being immature. Your kids in school, yeah, how they go, oh, so you always need it, oh, Miss is so mean, this and that. But they don't realise the little kids have mental health, but so do adults.
So, for example, the difference with me to your teacher is your English teacher isn't going to sit there and say, right, class, I've got mental health. But me as your youth worker and doing real close coaching with you, and we you know, we've got common ground and we relate about a lot of stuff.
So it feels like you understand us more when you tell us about yourself. That's what you're trying to do. You're making us feel like we're the same.
Because we are. But that's the thing, like you said, we are. And I think that's a really key in achieving greatness, having somebody that understands you. And can we discuss because it's all about achieving greatness, can we please discuss your grades at school? She's been on T here, which enables Bex to attend school, achieve more grades, and has more one-to-one support and all-rounded support. Can we discuss your grades, please?
Basically, in year 7 and 8, I had a poor start, and my behaviour was so bad, considering I had anger issues and stuff like that. But because I did mental with Bronte and etc., it got better, and now I know how to control it. And now I thought to myself, if I don't get my head down in year 9 and 10 and year 11, I won't become successful in higher years.
Yeah.
So I thought to myself, Rebecca, you need to get your head down now. You need to start focusing more. You start challenging yourself more. Even if you don't want to push yourself, you've got to keep pushing yourself. So in year 9, I got my head down, did all my work, asked teacher for extra help. And then in year 10, after that, I thought, right, Rebecca, if you've got toxic friends, you need to cut them off. Rebecca, if you've got toxic people around you, if you've got this and that, just leave it. Just focus, zone yourself out and work on yourself. Be independent for once. So in year 10 now, I'm currently keeping myself to myself, keeping all my family issues and friends issues to myself, and just being more positive to other people for myself to be positive.
Amazing.
And ever since I've got my head down now, I've been getting 5s and 6s grades in school, and I'm quite proud of myself. And considering I got these grades, I'm thinking to myself, if you can get these grades, you can get 7s and 8s. And for this, I have to push myself. Even if I don't want to, I'm gonna have to start doing extra work, revising at home. Even if I don't want to, I'm gonna have to turn my phone off, to have some space on social media to get what I want in life.
Resilience is basically going through stuff and building up the strength, the courage, and the emotional intelligence to overcome it.
Yeah. It's like basically saying you can't do something, but then you end up doing it.
Yeah. How would you say somebody could encourage themselves? So imagine you've woken up, you don't want to get out of bed today, even if you're the most loudest character in the room, bubbly, you know, you could be shy, whatever, you don't want to get out of bed today.
Yourself, Bronte, you could think to yourself, look, if I'm not getting out of bed today, will I end up getting out of bed tomorrow? If I don't do this today, we'll end up doing it tomorrow. If I don't see this certain person or do not talk to this certain person, we'll end up doing it tomorrow or the day after.
Yeah.
And even if you don't want to get out of bed and stuff, you just got to set your mind, so you could go for sleep for a little bit longer and then refresh your mind, and then when you wake back up, you can get back out of bed.
Yes.
But sometimes you've got to drag yourself out of bed, because if you don't get out of bed, then your mind's just gonna
some adults will listen to this and they will be taking inspiration from you, young lady, because you are incredible, and I'm very, honestly,
well, let me say
very proud of you.
one more thing. Sorry to interrupt, but let me say one thing.
Go on.
If you want this and you're an adult, I hope you had a great day at work, and keep smiling and don't get stressed. Sit back, get a cup of tea, and biscuits, and watch your favourite movie.
That is so lovely. No, Bex, honestly, you're doing amazing. You're
And
great.
if kids are watching this, don't stress at school. Just behave, be good, go home, drink, watch your favourite movie, revise, and then you'll be successful.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Bex. And I will love to have you. You'll definitely be coming back on our podcast. And I want to see in 6 months' time where we're at. And on that note, we're going to end this because we've got some other stuff to record. But thank you very much for coming on the podcast.